So, jazz music is a melting pot of emotions and celebration of life, culture, and it brings people from all walks of life together. As a music minor here at St. Francis College, I can truly say how happy I am to welcome this artist today, the Rosalind Mcclure Trio. I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and participants for curating this program that not only highlights African Americans, but African American women in jazz. I would like to thank the office, President Miguel Martinez-Saez, the Office of Academic Affairs, Dr. Jennifer Lancaster, Department of Foreign Languages, Fine Arts, International Culture Studies, Dr. Suzanne Forsberg, Department of English, Dr. Athena Devlin, Department of History, Dr. Eric Platt, Pencil Sharp Tutoring Services, Anthony Williams, who also teaches English in the department here at college, also known as Tony, and Executive Director, Offices Marketing and Communication, Tierney Street. And a special thanks to some people here as well, Sajine, David, Edward, Dean Rodriguez, Danny, Jason, and everyone who made this event possible. We also would like to acknowledge a Broadway superstar diva, Linda Twine, who's here with us tonight.
I always said that there are several nuclei that bring a society together. One being the art form of jazz music that is slowly losing its popularity in the American culture. I believe that jazz is multi-dimensional. It has multiple layers of sound, not simply melody and harmony. When I think of jazz vocalists who come to my mind are artists like Mary Lou Williams, Morgana King, Peggy Lee, Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, Sarah Vaughan, and a vast host of other jazz vocalists. I thought it would be great to expose the St. Francis community to various styles of jazz vocals in honor of Black History Month. The staff here at St. Francis College, along with Pencil Sharp Tutoring Services, are proud to announce that we are more than glad to have booked an outstanding jazz artist along with her accompanist, the Rosalind Mcclure Trio, who will be serenading us with various jazz artists from different eras. We may get to hear editions by Nina Simone, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, and a few other great Black women in jazz. You will witness the genius of this trio group who will bring you into a trance, a mood, and will give you a glimpse of the artistry of jazz. I believe in the spirit of Black History Month. This afternoon, we will be able to experience a beautiful people together for a brief moment in time, where we can just become one nucleus along with the artists, music, and people from every creed. I now present my good friend Rosalind Mcclure and her Rosalind Mcclure Trio.
Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming this afternoon, and thank you, Anthony, for that very lovely introduction. I feel so fancy, so professorial. And I want to say that Anthony had a really big influence in bringing me here today. We met about a couple years ago, I think, at St. Agnes Church. I was doing a solo piano concert, and he was there, and we just kind of hit it off and became friends. And he said, "Okay, I teach at St. Francis, and we have to get you over there to do something. They would really enjoy this. They would really love it." And so we just really became fast buddies. So he was instrumental in getting me here. So thank you, Anthony, and I'm very glad to be here this afternoon. And while I'm thanking people, I really have to thank St. Francis. I mean, the land of achievements for Black Americans is vast. And we are achievers in the sciences and the dramatics and athleticism and all over the country we are celebrating this month, Black History Month. So a lot of people, we talk about it, but not everyone puts on a program and really gives kind of a devotion to that end. So bravo, St. Francis, and bravo again for doing it through music, and bravo again for doing it through jazz, because jazz needs all the booster shots it can get. So I'm happy to be here today to present this program to you. Today we are going to take a little bit of a journey to explore the lives and the experiences of Black women in jazz. And I want to say this is a loose chronology, so I don't want anybody saying, okay, she didn't talk about that one, she didn't talk about this one, she didn't talk about that one. There are many. So just for the sake of brevity, I'm just going to kind of mention some people that I have been influenced by and that I enjoy, and hopefully you will learn something and enjoy them as well. So, but I would say when you think about jazz, I'm going to paint a picture for you. When you think about jazz, you think about, let's say, a smoky, dark room, very intimate, smoke, the good old days you could smoke and have a cocktail at the same time, inside a building, men dressed to the nines, there's a band on the stage, and there's probably a band with men, and there's maybe a horn player up front, and if you're really, really fancy, maybe you're envisioning someone like Miles Davis, or Dexter Gordon, or Cannonball Adderley, John Coltrane, Charlie Parker. This is when I think of the image of jazz, the pictures that we've seen. You see that. But before all of that coolness, all that modern presentation of jazz, you had the juke joints. You had where it all started down deep in the South with plywood floors and sand on the floor, and the appetizers were pig feet and crackers and pickles and fried green tomatoes. The real bare bones, and this great music going on, and the seedlings of jazz being born and cultivated to what we know it as today. And who was front and center right there in the midst of all that? Women. Black women, right there, just as bold and brazen and scandalous as the men. Because back in those days, in the 20s and 30s, the music was very kind of crudely presented. You had kind of ensembles, maybe just a piano and somebody singing, 3 or 4 people in the band. You had and then you probably had a Black woman singer, the blues singers. You had people like Ma Rainey, Ethel Waters, you had Alberta Hunter, you had Bessie Smith, you had Billie Holiday, all these wonderful women that really laid a really solid path into an entree into allowing singers, jazz singers now, to be who they are. I mean, it was not so easy back in those days. Back in those days, you have the obvious annoyances of the political lay of the land. When you're on the road, traveling, where am I going to sleep? Where am I going to eat? Getting from gig to gig, driving the car to the next gig or bus or whatever. Are we going to make it to the next gig? Are we going to get stopped? All of those things were very, very much into play, and you had to kind of be, kind of one of the boys in the band back then. I'm a girl musician, and I, hang around with guy musicians and everything, and they don't always speak the Queen's English, and their stories are not always so universally appropriate. So these women had to be kind of people that could hold their own, And when you see these pictures of, Bessie Smith, Bill Holiday, and Elvis Gerald, I mean, these were like, women. These were not little waify women. They were like redwood, women. You know what I mean? Because they had been through it all, and they were forging through, leaving their kids at home, or whatever they had to go through to just really pursue their art and pursue their careers, so to speak, and to get it done, to try to get recorded, to try to get in somebody's bed. It was tough for women, and women just have a different way to go as far as the way how we achieve things and get things done. And so when I think of them, women of that time, I really feel like they were very courageous. They were very courageous, and when you're an artist, you have to do your art. I mean, you kind of go through life kind of lopsided, if you're not being creative and living a creative life when you are an artist. So they really went through a lot and sacrificed a lot to get these things done. They sang songs. Oh my God! They sang songs about what they knew. Most of those times things were blues based, and blues music. You tell a story. It tells of what's happening in your life, your day-to-day life, and it would sing songs about cooking and cleaning and working. Songs about my man. My man left me. My man came back to me. I wish my man would leave me. I wish my man would leave. My man takes care of me 2 in the morning. I wish my man would leave me alone at 2 in the morning. All kinds of stories about their men, and a whole lot of songs about sex. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I do know some, but it's 3 in the afternoon, and this is my first appearance here, so I want to but I do know them. And they are fun. They are absolutely fun. And they also sang songs about, I want to really point out Billie Holiday in this regard. Songs about the culture and what was going on in society. Her most prominent song being Strange Fruit. All those songs, Strange Fruit, and the Hanging Bodies and all that, from a poem. And she penned that song from a poem. And so she really kind of stepped out there and kind of sung about the injustices of that time. And then we kind of move a little bit into the 40s, and the demarcations are not as staunch as I am making them, but we're going to move into kind of the 40s and 50s, where the music got a little bit sleeker, a little bit more involved musically. The singing got more sophisticated. In the 20s and 30s, everything was kind of crude, a crude, raw kind of approach to music and recording. And as technology got better, the recordings got sleeker and more polished, and the arrangements got very. You had the entrance of, along with Billie Holiday, kind of easing into that era as well. You had Sarah Vaughan, you had Dinah Washington, Judy Bridgewater, you had Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, all of the prominent ones that we know kind of eased. Nancy Wilson, I don't want to forget about her. They eased into that era, and many of these women, the ones that kind of rose to the top that we know about, Sarah Vaughan, for instance, was Billy Eckstine's first piano player, and he's a big band. So they had this intricate knowledge of music. And when you have, I have allergies, excuse me, my nose is doing what it wants. When you have this kind of intricate level of knowledge of music, it colors how you make a delivery in a lyric, through harmony, through rhythm, through exactly what's going on around you. You know what the bass player is doing. You know what the drummer's doing. You know what everyone is doing when you know music. So they have these other influences into how they were delivering songs, and they were singing with orchestras and everything. It just got very, very plush and polished and smooth and very, very elegant period of music through the 40s and the 50s. And then We had to move into the 60s. And things got a little bit different. You know, as art will imitate life, things got, the music got more aggressive. It got more aggressive because it was reflecting everything that was going on and I'm speaking in particular of the civil rights movement, the inception of the civil rights movement. So the person that really comes to mind with this is Nina Simone. Nina Simone just really did not give a flying saucer about what you thought about her. I mean, she, and everyone, you know, everyone knows that Nina Simone was just, knows of her passion and her boldness and how she could, you know, make you cry with a song, not from just you know, she wasn't what I consider like a great technical singer. But you listen to Nina Simone for emotion, for passion, for how she delivers something, how she makes you feel, or the mood of the song, how she's able to bring you all the way into what she is actually feeling and experiencing. She was a big proponent of the civil rights movement. She worked really hard and she really believed in it and loaned her talents and her time to the movement of the social injustices of the day. Her one of the most profound songs of hers being Mississippi Goddamn. I don't know if any of you were familiar with Mississippi Goddamn, but it has a very, very bold lyric. Like, so, you know, where it's like, you know, I don't care if you live next to me, just give me my equality, and you're all gonna die like flies. And I mean, she would really did not care about what she was saying. And she wrote that song after Medgar Evers was assassinated in Mississippi, and after the bombings of the 4 little girls in Alabama. So she just got off. I'm just fed up. And everybody knows about Mississippi Goddamn. That's the lyric. But she really, really was one of the persons that was very, very out front politically and socially, and really kind of kept that movement in the forefront of her music. And she lost a lot of work because of that as well. I mean, people just didn't know what she was going to say and what she was going to do. And you know, she debuted that Mississippi Goddamn song and at Carnegie Hall, where, you know, at Carnegie Hall in the 60s was not reflective of, you know, if you go to Carnegie Hall now, you might, you know, you'll see all kinds of people at Carnegie Hall. But then it was, you know, just like, you know, white people, you know, with, you know, dressed up, you know, that classical aficionado type of people. Well, we're going to see Nina Simone, you know, and she debuted this song and she said, I mean every word of it. I mean, she was very like adamant. So I want to say maybe bravo for her courage and how her commitment to what she was doing and her convictions, and had the courage of her convictions to actually put on and believe in what she was doing and stay truly committed to it. So we're going to kind of chronologize these women today and listen and hear some music and try to have a good time. And I hope you enjoy the program, and I'm going to bring my band out for you now. My black band. That's what I'm gonna do. I was in the band, I was like, this is Black History Month. I should try to find some black people. I just brought out, these are the guys that I work with and that I really like. You're supposed to wait till I call your name. Okay, on bass we have Adrian Moying. On soprano sax, my good friend Steve Kirsty. And on drums, Emilio Valdez. He comes from Cuba. Emilio Valdez. so pretty, and then they cry and scream for more. Well, I don't know the name, but it's a pretty little thing. Go, ya da da do, Will you be home? My eyes are bound to refrain. It's a sweet loving blues, but I can't think up the name. Ya da da do, ya da da do. Everybody loves it. Ya da 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 do. Every evening about 4:30, sweet piano playing at my door. Turn the ragged. I've never heard such blues before. Well, there's a pretty little thing they play. It's very short, but all folks say, oh, that's so pretty. Oh, they cry and scream for more. Oh, I don't know the name, but it's a pretty little thing. Oh, ya da da do, ya da da do. Fill you with home, my eyes and mind to refrain. A no name blues, 'cause I can't think of the name. Ya da da do, singing ya da da do. I said everybody loves it. Ya da 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 do. All right, Steve. Well, I don't know the name, but it's a pretty little thing. Go, ya da da do, singing ya da da do. Fill you with home, my eyes are bound to refrain. It's a sweet little blues, but I can't think of the name. Ya da da do, I'm singing ya da da do. Everybody loves it. Ya da 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 do, ya da 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 do, ya da 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 do. to wash my face for weeks ago. Everybody loves my baby, but nobody don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Nobody but me, me. Nobody but me, me. Nobody but me, me. Nobody but me. Nobody but me. Nobody but me. I want the sugar down in my bowl. I want some sweetness down in my soul. I could use some loving, oh so bad. Feel so lonely and I feel so sad. I want some steam down in my clothes. Maybe I can fix things up so they'll go. But what's the matter, Daddy? Come on and save my soul. Drop a little sugar down in my bowl. Yeah, I want some sugar down in my bowl. I want some sweetness down in my soul. I can use some loving, oh so bad. When I feel so lonely and I feel so sad. Oh, I want some steam down in my clothes. Maybe I can fix things up so there I go. Hey, what's the matter, Daddy? Come on and save my soul. Drop a little sugar down in my bowl. I was in my research, I thought, oh my goodness, this is very easy. That's Ma Rainey, one of the first to ever record blues, so that we will have this wonderful music for a lifetime. After that, Everybody Loves My Baby, that was Alberta Hunter. And there are a lot of songs, a lot of people recorded that song. You know, when a song was very popular back during that time, it didn't matter if someone already had a hit with it, they would record it again. Lots of people would record it. You'd have different versions of it going from different artists at the same time on the charts or whatever. So that arrangement heavily influenced by Fats Waller, with all the stride and all of that. Then we have had Sugar in My Bowl. Now, Sugar in My Bowl is a very interesting song. Song was a big hit for Nina Simone, but it was Bessie Smith. Bessie Smith recorded that song, Sugar in My Bowl, and those are not real lyrics. Now, when Nina Simone recorded it, she kind of sweetened it up and made it more universally palatable for the audience. But the real lyric is, I want a hot dog between my roll. So, you can't really see that everywhere, you know, but that's Bessie Smith. Between my roll! You know, just really, really brassy, you know, and volleying out there. But, you know, we sweetened it up. You know. And when I first heard the song, I thought, okay, sugar in my bowl. This is like maybe 10 years ago. What are they talking about? You know, cornflakes? Y'all put, you know, sugar and milk. Cornflakes, Cheerios. Oh, sugar in my, oh, all right. Okay, now I get it. I just didn't get it, but I love the song, and there are many versions of that. Still, people are still recording that song today. So that's sugar in my bowl. Yeah, I told you I know those songs. This next song is a Billie Holiday song, and it's a very dark song about abject devotion and loyalty and commitment and love. It's a beautiful song, and it's born out of a very dark place. And when I hear most people record this song, they take out the bad parts of it. And I thought, you can't take out the bad parts of the song. This is the vision of the artist, and this is what they were feeling, and this is how this song was born and conceived in that, out of that pain. So it's like, you know, you don't like a penis on Michelangelo or something, you're gonna wipe it off because nobody should see that. You know, you can't do that. It's art, you know, it's the vision of the artist. So I will be presenting this song, and it's the form in which it was written. So this is My Man. Cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got, it's my man, my man, cold and wet, tired you bet, all of that I soon forget. With my man, he's not much on looks, he's no hero out of books, but I love him, yes, I love him. 2 or 3 girls as he that he likes as well as me. Impossible. But I love him. I don't know why I should. He isn't true. He beats me too. What shall I do? Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never ever know. Oh, my life is just despair, but I don't care. When he takes me in his arms, the world is right. All right. on moaning, or blues. We're gonna move into kind of a cool jazz. There was a period of jazz, it kind of got, really cool and grooving and soulful. And a blues singer, Ernestine Anderson, who enjoyed a very long and thriving career, won 4 or 5 Grammys, and she performed well into her 80s. And I wanted to kind of bring a little sunshine to her and do a song she recorded. Also, a lot of other artists recorded it, but it was born out of the Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers band. Pianist Bobby Timmons, very soulful kind of piano player. And so I wanted to kind of bring some light to that little era. So this is Moaning. Every morning and the morning, yeah, I'm alone and crying the blues. I'm so tired of paying these dues, yeah. Everybody knows the morning, yeah. Every evening finds my morning, yeah. Cause of all the trouble I see, life's a losing gamble to me, yeah. Everybody knows the morning, yeah. Lord, I spend all my days and my nights down on my knees, and I pray, really truly pray, that someone will come and bring me relief. Everybody knows I'm moaning because of all the trouble I see. Life's a losing gamble to me, yeah. Everybody knows I'm moaning, yeah. Cause of all the trouble I see, life's a losing gamble to me, yeah. Everybody knows I'm moaning, yeah. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Moaning about my life, yeah. Moaning about my bills, yeah. Moaning about my love life, yeah. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Ooh, moaning. Everybody knows I'm moaning. Moaning. Yeah. This next song is gonna usher in. I'm gonna do something really abominable. I'm going to clump in 3 really great singers. Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Nancy Wilson. 3 of the greats, for sure. And I thought these women exuded elegance and class and coolness, sophistication. You know, what composer can you think of that would put all these people into this, encapsulate them into this one arena. And I just came up with George Gershwin. So I really love George Gershwin, and this song was recorded by all of these women mentioned. So I want to kind of do a tribute to them at this time, and to Our Love Is Here to Stay. A good classic. It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but forever and a day. Radio and the telephone, the movies that we know, maybe passing fancy, but in time may come. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. It's like the Rockies may crumble, rocks might tumble, they're only made of clay. Our love is here to stay.
We're going to go into the quadrant near Simone. Yes. So, this next song is, I'm not going to say anything about this song. It's called Revolution, as you see in your programs. And it's a little cacophonous, but it's good fun, and it really represents the times and even the times now in which we are living. So, Revolution. Destruction of all the evil that will have to end. You know it's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. The only way that we can stand in fact is when you get your foot up on my back. It's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. The only way that we can stand in fact is when you get your foot up on our backs. Oh, you know it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. Yeah. I knew how it feels to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things I want to say. Say them loud and say them clear, so the whole wide world can hear. I wish I could share all love in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us all apart. Well, I wish you knew what it means to be me. And you know, you'd agree that every man should be. I wish that I could give all the longing to give. I wish that I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish that I could do all the things that I can do. When I'm through, I'm overdue, but it's starting anew. I wish that I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found that I could fly. And I'd soar up to the sun, and I'd see, and I'd sing, 'cause I know how it feels to be free. Then I'd sing, yes, I'd sing, 'cause I know how it feels. Yes, I'd sing, 'cause I know how it feels to be free. This next song was a very special song to me, Simone. She wanted to kind of really uplift the youth of that day, the youth of that moment. And she said she wrote the song in a couple of hours. It's a beautiful song. It's been recorded by so many people. Very beautiful recording by Donny Hathaway on this song. So I told them, don't leave the stage. This is the man. I said that to them before we came out. Do not leave the stage. Now, the next song, they're gonna have, you see these, you can't do that. This is what I'm talking about. See, Bessie Smith would go back there and punch them all in the face. Get back out there. At any rate, this is To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. To be young, gifted, and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, gifted, and black. Open your heart to what I mean. In the whole world, you know, there's a million boys To be young, gifted and black, we must begin to tell our young there's a world waiting for you. This is a quest that's just begun. When you're feeling real low, there's a great truth that you should know. You are young, gifted and black. Your soul's intact. To be young, gifted and black. Oh, how I long to tell the truth. There are times when I look back and I am haunted by my youth. Oh, but my joy of today is that we can all be proud to say that we are young, gifted and black. So where it's at, yeah, we are young, gifted and black. Young, gifted and black. We are gifted. Hey, we are young and gifted and black. That's where it's at. And your soul's intact. And that's a fact. Thank you. Boys and girls, we're coming back to the end of our journey here. This last song I'm going to do is a tribute to Aretha Franklin because Aretha Franklin was one of those people that was just always around. You know, Aretha Franklin was just, you heard the music everywhere, and it's just very odd when somebody that big and someone that has had that level of an impact on the world and on music and culture, it's just very odd. It just doesn't feel like she could ever pass away. You know, big icons like that pass away. It's just very, very odd. And Aretha Franklin fits into this category by, she was signed to Columbia Records under the jazz genre when she very first started out. So she was, they tried to make her and, you know, the shooby-bop jazz singer and stuff. They put all these strings behind her, you know, and all this, and even on those recordings, you can hear that church, you know, that was just in her soul. She was already Aretha Franklin, but they just didn't know what to do with her. They didn't know how to, you know, make her, how to turn her into what we know to be as Aretha Franklin. So they got Jerry Wexler found her and kind of, sit behind the piano and do his thing. And so she had a great admiration for Dinah Washington, who was just the queen of the 50s with this genre of music, blues and everything. And so I wanted to kind of do this song in tribute to Aretha Franklin and also Dinah Washington. There's a record that's a tribute to Dinah Washington from Aretha Franklin that is really, really good. It's really, really great. So I highly recommend it, taking a listen to that. So I guess I'll say thank you once again for having me here. I've had a fantastic time. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Thank you. Welcoming here. So this is Evil Gal Blue. Evil Gal. All right, what key am I in? G. Thank you.